We here. People, we back. We back with another one. I know it's been a long time. We'll go through that in a second. But first, he is I and I is he. And please don't you ever forget it. It is King Premium, your host. This is another episode of Preme'S Podium. This is episode number 12 of Preme'S Podium. You see what I'm saying? Preme'S Podium, for those who do not know, in simplistic forms, you know, what a podium is. It's an elevated place where someone can speak and to be heard. So this is my own personal platform to speak, be heard, interview a lot of people that I've been fortunate enough to develop bonds and relationships with. Some of these people may be fortunate enough to get some other form of interview in their life. Some of these people may not be. You see what I'm saying? But that does not mean that they are not worthy of these questions or just having an interview and people being able to get an insight to their lives, right? You don't have to be a celebrity. You don't have to be someone famous per se to the outside world for your voice to be heard to my ears. You see what I'm saying? So thank you for everybody that's tuned in. Thank you for everybody that's gonna tune in later on. And now that we got that out the way, today's mathematics. Today is the 9th of December, which makes today's mathematics born. All being born to born. To be born is to be brought forth in a divine culture, spiritually, mentally as well as physically, in the mind as well as in the body. So again, to be born is to be brought forth into a supreme or divine culture. I'm sorry, text message went off. And to be equal mentally and physically as well as in the mind and the body. So peace to the gods and the earths with that. Now, today we're going to have a very special guest, very, very special guest. This young lady, I may have met her about maybe like 3 years ago at this point, maybe a little over 3 years, maybe like 4 years, 3-4 years, something like that. Throughout the time, we've been able to develop a dope bond, get on each other's nerves pretty much as it pertains to sports. At the time, if I recall, she was a huge Miami Heat fan, and she has always, as long as I've known, been a huge Russell Westbrook fan. Now, for some people out there, me just saying those two things alone, they're probably gonna know who I'm talking about. But still, hold on. So this young lady, is a lot of people that may kind of do what she does, but they don't do it the way she does it. Nor is there anyone that is of the same gender that does it to the level that she does it, where she definitely has to get her kudos and all the flowers that she deserves. We definitely gonna be able to give them to her. Her content is funny as hell. If y'all have not got a chance, whenever I pull her up, y'all make sure y'all go follow. You make sure you go subscribe to her YouTube channel as well. And I wanted to kind of give people insight to who she is behind the jokes, behind just the camera, behind just the basketball content, right? Because a lot of times we, as creative people, creative content makers, peace, Rita, peace, missed you too, peace, glad you're back. A lot of times as content creators, a lot of times the people get so engulfed in what it is that we may do that they forget that we have a regular life, right? We have regular problems, we have regular situations, and a lot of times if we're not in a good space mentally, sometimes we're not feeling like being creative. Now, with me saying that, let me go ahead and take this last minute or two to tell y'all where the fuck I've been. See what I'm saying? So I ended up moving, y'all. Had to get a bigger space for my family or whatever like that. And during that transition, maybe for about the past 2 to 3 weeks, y'all know how it go, man. Hella packing. You're trying to find everything from everywhere. You're trying to make sure every T is crossed, every I is dotted, making sure your paperwork, and you're having to call Georgia Power and making sure you call the electricity company and get the gas and all this other type stuff, trash companies, internet. You got to get all of this different type stuff situated. Being an adult fucking sucks. Side note. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. So I've just been trying to be a stand-up man for my family and help get us into a better situation and space. So here we are. So that's where I have been. But now we back moving. I'm trying to get my little man cave set up. I would show y'all, but I ain't gonna do all that today. So we about to go ahead and get to it because I'm excited. And I'm pretty sure a lot of other people. Oh, hold on, let me go get my notes. I made sure I wrote down my notes for shit I wanted to ask y'all. I ain't gonna freestyle this one. No, 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 not tonight. Yep. You see it, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi.
She's here. Y'all may didn't believe it. Some of y'all saw the post from earlier, and you might have thought I was BSing, but aha, not tonight. Go ahead, introduce yourself, and tell them where you're from.
Dallas, Texas, the one and only Dallas, Texas. One and only.
Hold on, I don't think they got your name. I don't think, hey, come on, you already know King Premium in full effect. You already know Rio. Shout out to the guys. Well, what's your name again? We didn't get the name.
Oh, I am Jordy Angela, and I'm from Dallas, the one and only Dallas, Texas, home of the Cowboys.
All right, so what we have to do with Miss Joy right now off the gate, I got it, y'all. Don't worry. I made sure I came with it today. So we're going to go ahead and explain how this works for Miss Joy, right? Because she's a basketball lady, so she's very familiar with the sport, right?
Right.
Miss Joy, this is my whistle.
Okay.
Right? I use this like a correct official for when people get out of line.
Whoa.
Right? So if you say something that is just out of here, is asinine, you're going to get one of these.
So have I said something already or what?
No, I can just feel the spirit within you when you said the Dallas Cowboys. I feel it. It's oozing out and it's waiting to come out, and it's so you. And I thank you for bringing this energy super early off the gate. But I need to explain these rules, y'all. People in the comments, y'all better let her know. Listen, so since you're an NBA lady, I'm going to give you 6 fouls instead of 5. When I do it with my young guys, I give them 5 fouls because that's high school and college rules, right? Mm-hmm. You're grown. You're into the NBA. So I'm going to allow you to get 6, Miss Joy.
Okay,
if you get 6 fouls, I put you on mute. They don't hear you for about a good 10 seconds. Yep, you go on mute. Boop, boop, boop.
Wow, that's great.
If you say something that is beyond just a regular asinine comment, you get one of these. Fucking
this
tech.
Is crazy.
Yeah, you get a tech around here.
You're worse than me on my lives. You're worse than me.
I might be.
You are. I'm bossy, but I'm not this bossy. This is crazy.
I'm not bossy. I'm explaining the rules. See, this is what we don't want to do, Joy. I don't want anyone to come over here and play this game and they don't understand the rules. That would be unfair.
Okay.
Right? If you talking and you making a real good point and I just randomly hit you on mute because I'm tired of hearing you, that would be wrong. So now I'm explaining it, right? So you say something asinine, that's a tech. If you do something that is just out of the realms of the game, that's a flagrant 1.
Okay.
And you already know flagrant 2, you only get 1 of them, automatic ejection. You out of here.
Okay.
Now, y'all, we have, though she is the first young lady that is on the show, shout out to that. She definitely gets 3 points for that off the gate. So she got quick 3. She is the first lady on Preme'S Podium. So shout out to that. And I thank her again for this being the first podcast she's ever been on. The first interview. I'm sorry. The first interview Miss Joy has ever done. So thank you from me to you, Miss Joy. I just have to get all of this stuff out because we about to make this all about you. Let me think. I got my mathematics out of the way. I got the rules of the game out the way. I know you're a smart young lady, so I know you comprehend and you understand these rules. Okay, bam. Now we're ready. Jump ball. Here we go. Tell me about your lifestyle. As a kid, what was childhood like?
My life. Okay, so it was a lot because first off, it was a lot because I have 7 brothers and sisters. So that was a lot in itself. You know, we grew up in a small 3-bedroom house. It was 8 of us, plus my mom and dad made 10. So it was a lot of people in a small house. And you know, we didn't know what privacy was back then. You know, I love privacy now. I try to be, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm a very private person now because I didn't have that when I was younger. So now I just really appreciate privacy. But back then it was a lot. And it was also a very strict upbringing because my dad's a pastor. So I was very sheltered at different times and stuff like that. However, I did have fun as a kid, but there were times where, you know, it was just a whole lot.
Okay. Okay. Now I gotta you said 10 people in a 3-bedroom house.
Yes.
That's heavy. Now these are my signs. This 2 points. So if I throw that up, you didn't do nothing wrong. That's giving you 2. This is 3 points. If I hit you one of them, that's a 3-point plus the play. That's a 4-point play. So right now you got 5 points. Right.
Okay.
So back to this. Like, elaborate a little more what that was like. Like you said, it was no privacy. Like, where do you fit within the siblings? Are you in the middle? You at the beginning? Like, where you at?
I was number 6. I was towards the end. I was the 3rd girl, but the 6th child. It was 4 boys and 4 girls. So I was the 6th child. I was towards the end. And people always say like the last half of the kids were like the baddest ones. So I guess I was the badder one like that.
Now, as far as the dad or I know you said it was a strict upbringing, and that your dad was a pastor. So we all know that the cliches, and, the standardized kind of thing it is with these preachers' kids. So what was that like for you? Like, were you one of those kids to where other people would kind of pick on you? Like, if you say you do something, your daddy a pastor, he ain't gonna let you. And did you feel like an onus to kind of prove those people wrong? Like, oh, they think I'm this goody two shoes. I'm finna turn up on them.
That's a good question. I think that because the thing is that a lot of people. So my dad's church is 2 hours away from where I went to school. So a lot of people didn't even know that my dad was a pastor. They were, nobody really knew like that. Now they did. They knew in my hometown, and in my hometown, it was more so like I feel like I was pressured to be perfect. It wasn't really I'm trying to prove anybody wrong. I was pressured because if I did anything wrong, my dad gonna hear about it, or my mom gonna hear about it, and so then he gonna preach about it on Sunday and flame me up for everybody.
No.
Yes, yes. And so I made sure that when I was out there, I was a goody two shoes and I did not get in trouble. It wasn't until Dallas, then I moved to Dallas, and I was, I started acting out.
No. Hey, you know what? I ain't gonna give a file. I'm not gonna give a file. That's the OG and that's your old man. But Pop, you're gonna get a good travel. Dang, you came up with a sermon off of what she did wrong.
Yes. Several times. I was actually one of the go-tos a lot of the times. So I was bad. And I was very bad.
Wow. Uh-oh, my fault, y'all. I'm trying to adjust my volume. My bad. Okay. So where you grew up in Dallas, is it like a small town? Was it like everybody knew everybody and that's how the word would get back to your parents?
Yes.
Nosy as hell.
Yes. Small town. And a lot of people knew who my dad was, still do. My dad was involved with a lot of stuff like civil rights. He was involved with civil rights a lot, different churches. He was also just really like involved in the community, so people knew who he was. And so when you say my last name, they all know who my dad is. So all it takes is one time for you to mess up, and boom, you a sermon. Okay, and that was it for the and whoopings. Okay, I got whoopings as well. My parents did not play that, so
Now, just real quick, because you're looking a little sketchy, and I definitely want to make sure that the clarity is good. Is there any way you can kind of move something, like maybe it can?
What I can do, I can join it from my phone if you want me to.
That might be better.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Yeah, y'all bear with us. This good stuff.
Hold on.
So right now we keeping score. Joy is up to 5. I only have 2 because I asked a good question. So yeah. Hey Rio, you heard that garbage? Yeah, no, not the Cowboys. That's what I'm saying. But the crazy thing, Rio, I predicted the Cowboys and the Ravens to be in the Super Bowl. That's the crazy thing. I don't have a fan, or I don't have a horse in the race as far as the NFC. I'm only concerned about the AFC and my Ravens and what my Ravens do. So that's all I really care about. If something told me this year, I just got a feeling Dallas is going to do it. So I'm not a fan of the Dallas Cowboys, but yeah, that's my Super Bowl prediction, y'all. So I feel you.
Good job.
I feel you.
That's smart on your part. I'm proud of you.
You like my cup? You like my cup, Joy?
That's fire. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm almost done. I'm just getting my phone charged so it don't die on you.
Oh, we good. We good, y'all. We building. We building. We building. To build is to add on positively within the mind. To destroy is to tear apart from within. Today is not a build day, but today is a born day. So you can use some building and be brought forth better in another space. But we ain't gonna keep going deep with that shit today, y'all, because it ain't about that mathematics shit. It's about this joy. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. You see my new one backstage?
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Oh, that's way better. I can see it already.
Okay, cool.
That is way better.
Let me set it up. Great.
Way better. Way better.
Okay.
All right. So where we at? You getting whoopings? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents did not play that.
Now, what did y'all have the type of household to where if your parents couldn't whoop you because you were towards the bottom end, like your siblings were allowed to whoop you?
Heck no. That's one thing that I'm happy that did not happen, because we would have been fighting in that mug if that was. I don't play that whatsoever.
Now, with these siblings, you're doing this this is flowing very, very well, especially with some of my questions and stuff that I have lined up. Because it's hard for me to believe that out of 8 of y'all all together, that and 4 brothers on top of that none of these 4 brothers played sports. So I'm assuming at least one of your brothers was crazy in the sports, and that's what kind of
all 4 of them played. All 4 of them played basketball. Every single person in my family played sports. Every single one of us did. Every single one of us. My oldest brother, my 4 brothers played basketball and football and track, but their main sport was basketball. All 4 of them was. I ran track. My sister played tennis. My mom played tennis. My sister played volleyball and she boxed. And my other sister played tennis and ran track and played basketball. So we all played sports. Every single one of us did.
Rewind. The sister that boxes. How did she get in that? Like, how long has she been doing it?
So my oldest sister, the one who played basketball, she's quite a few years older than us. She was trying to get in shape. We were already, active. And so she was like, bet, like, y'all should come to do like title boxing with me, because I'm trying to get back in shape. So, she got us set up with like classes, and like we took like kickboxing I guess like workout classes at Title, and we did that with her. And then my little sister ended up taking it more seriously and actually started doing it because she realized how good that she was. So she'll knock somebody out. So all y'all people that's talking crazy to me in the DMs, I'll get out there on y'all. How about that? Okay, how about that?
Hey, 3 points for little sis, man. Little sis out there putting them to sleep. I respect that. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I respect that. What did you do? Like, what sports did you partake in? And please tell me basketball was one. I got with my damn whistle. If you don't tell me basketball was at least a part of one of the sports you played, you automatically getting one. Because we're going further in this show, and some people don't know how much crap you talk. I'm trying to be nice with my language, just because I know, you know what I'm saying. Joy be out there doing big things, y'all, and I don't want to mess up what she got going on, and people feel like she's associated with lunatics and all of that other type of shit. But you better tell me you hooped in your life.
I didn't. I didn't. I'm sorry. I didn't. I promise. I'm sorry. I didn't hoop. I ran track though. I did. I was very good at track. Basketball was not one of them. But I do know it better than anybody in my family, probably. So they got to count for something, right? They got to count for something, right? Something.
Hey, listen. This is Joy Bayless at this point, y'all. You see what I'm saying?
Oh.
This is now Joy Bayless. When people talk, I ain't even gonna get there yet. I ain't even gonna get there yet. Y'all hold it. Y'all just hold that. But right now, just know her new name is Joy Bayless. Oh, look at, we got the heart emoji. Somebody like, you see what I'm saying?
Wait, hold on. Where the chat at? Can I click the chat and it'll stay on the screen? I can click the chat.
I don't know how it worked from the other side. You can't see nothing.
Okay, okay, go ahead.
But either way,
I can see it now.
People like y'all need to start doing some triathlon. Like the way y'all talk, y'all gonna have to pick up a ball and do something. You doing photo shoots on top of rims and shit and own basketballs. You see what I'm saying?
What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? What is this? First of all, me and Skip Bayless are not the same. Skip Bayless is a hater. I am not a hater. Okay, he's a hater. All I do is. And the thing is, half of these analysts don't even actually watch the games. At least I watch the games. Okay, that's got to count for something. I did not gain my knowledge from talking basketball, but people who did play basketball and know basketball respect me. There's a reason for that. I'm just saying, there's a reason for that.
Let me move along with my questions before I get sidetracked, people. Because
yeah.
We'll definitely get back there later on. But she has the audacity, the unmitigated gall. Were you nice?
Huh?
That's what. Were you nice with it when you ran track? How good were you nice with it, or were you?
Was I nice? Of course. I was like that at track.
You got medals? You got medals and shit?
Yes. And it's crazy.
Show me a medal.
I just them. Oh my gosh. Okay, one sec. I can get them give me 1 sec. Let me get them.
Yeah. Like that. I put her to the fire, y'all. I ain't scared of her. I ain't scared of her. All that junk she be talking on her show. I ain't scared of her. I want the proof. Yeah.
Here's a few of them. These are from, I can't remember what season this was, but here's a few of them from one of the seasons that I had. They're all tangled up right now, though. And they also have my names on them, just in case you want to try me.
What was your events, Joy?
Joy Turner. Boom.
What was your events? What was your events you ran?
I ran the 400, 4x2, 4x1, open 1, open 2. I ran all the sprints.
She's a runner. She's a track star. So you was little Coy
exactly.
Listen, man, you telling me somebody out there went and found little Coy? Y'all could have went and found little Joy? Y'all like how that rhyme? Hey, man, y'all could have had little Joy in the video sprint. Whole form would have been everything, man. Y'all playing, man. All right, so now we going. We about to jump real quick. Let's jump to middle school. Joy. Let's go to middle school, Joy. What was middle school like for you, right? That moment where that you start to grow up, you start to smell yourself, your body changing, you're starting to interest in boys and girls, whatever's going on. Respectfully, but
Believe it or not, in middle school, I didn't really start smelling myself till high school. But in middle school, I was a nerd, a huge nerd, and I was a track nerd. So it wasn't like I was just like a nerd. I was a track nerd because it's funny because I had like glasses and I had like pigtails and stuff like that. But I was also whooping everybody's butt at track. So it was just like you couldn't say anything to me. But that was when I started running track, because at first, like from the 5th grade to like the 7th grade, I was just a nerd. Just like, I got bullied and stuff like that. Like, oh yeah, look at your glass, look at your hair, look at your whatever. I didn't grow up with a whole bunch of money, so it's like, I didn't have as much of the impressive. But when I started running track, people respected me, so I didn't get bullied as much anymore because I was, anytime an athlete dominates, no matter what they look like. Like look at the way AD looked in high school, but he still had respect because he dominated basketball. So it was just like that's kind of how it was for me in middle school. Like I was, I didn't get bullied as much because I was nice at track, but I still, people still have stuff to say here and there.
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. So you were like an introvert too? Like were you like a nerd, but you were like expressive social nerd, or were you like an introvert type of nerd?
I was a class clown.
Okay.
Yes, I was a class clown because I that was when like I started to come out of myself. But the thing is, like, regardless, people that don't know how cool you are, how funny you are, be like, oh yeah, who, like, they were the ones that were like talking like the most stuff. But like people who knew me, they like I was hilarious to them, and I was always. It's funny because I got good grades, but I was always in trouble, and I was always starting stuff at school. I was always getting like phone call. My mom and my dad, out of all the kids, my mom and my dad had to come to my school for the most parent teacher conferences. I got tons of parent teacher conferences, so I was a mess.
I'm a bad ref right now because I'm giving her 2 points for that play. I'm giving her 2 points. Everybody else want to call the offensive foul. I say that's a good bucket. Yeah. It takes one to know one, y'all. Yeah.
But yeah, I was just figuring myself out. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know if I wanted to be the class clown, the nerd, the tracks. I didn't know what I wanted to be. I was just doing whatever came to mind, I guess.
That's dope. At least you had like a form of freedom. Like, you had choices to kind of just,
at school I did.
Like you were kind of boxed in. Like at least you had options.
Yeah, at school I did. At school I acted out. And when at home I was, but at school I was acting out. Yeah.
So middle school you chilled class clown nerd, but then you say high school is when you start smelling yourself. I'm pretty sure sports kick up middle school. So now when you jump into high school, you already have that middle school respect that kind of travels with you as far as athletics, right? You do have to reestablish yourself in the social world, but at least from the athletic world, you have that respect. So what was that transition like for you going to high school?
It was interesting because I look completely different after middle school. Like I had contacts. I started getting my hair did. We started wearing little makeup here and there. I had a job. So I started. Yeah, I came up. I had a job so I could buy my own clothes. So I looked completely different. Like when people saw me after the summer, they're like, "Have y'all seen Joy? Have y'all seen Joy?" It was like that type of. It was like that type of like. It was weird, but it was harder for me, I guess, because I wasn't used to all the attention that I was getting, and so I had to adjust to that. So I had to not only I was getting, the thing is I was getting attention from like the seniors and juniors. I wasn't really getting attention from like people in my class. It was more it's like the upperclassmen. So I had to get used to that. Older guys trying to talk to me, and then just all the attention I was getting from just me changing. It was a lot of attention, and then me trying to make sure I make the track team, stuff like that. It was just a lot going on. I had a lot to adjust to, and then my grades started slipping, and because I was the boys and stuff like that, you know how that goes.
Yeah, no question. It's where would you say that you get that personality from? Like you have a very vibrant poppy. Like is it like a combination of your siblings? Is it more one parent than the other parent, grandparent? Like where do you get that blossoming? You remind me of like Bubble from the Powerpuff Girls or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like where do you get that from?
Well, my dad is very outgoing and he's very outspoken. So I get my opinionated, outspoken side from my dad 100%. But the sports side, I honestly think I get that from my grandma, because my grandma is like 80 years old and she know more basketball, like she's into basketball, but I don't know anybody who knows college basketball more than her, including myself. She watches basketball all day.
Them 4 points are for you, Grandma. Wherever you are lurking, Grandma, just know King Premium gave you 4 points somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think, and then my siblings, all of us are you know, we all are very sarcastic and we joke on each other all the time. And so I get that funny side, I guess, from all my siblings and, you know, just myself. But like I'm outspoken and, you know, and I think I was just born with some of my personality. Like there are certain things that I do that nobody else in my family does. So I think there's certain things about me that I get from myself, but there are things like I said, for like my siblings and my dad and my grandma that I've, you know, that's affected me. So yeah, 100%.
Now I'm gonna take a detour off the road real quick. And this is just something from my own personal. I don't have this in my notes or nothing. This is just my own personal life experience. It's something that kind of ponders in my mind, right? When young ladies have multiple brothers, right? Most of the time, even those young ladies' brothers are kind of like regular guys, right? They see their brothers talking to the girls. They see their brothers, like they may know he got a girlfriend, but they saw him in the living room, like talking to some other girl on the phone on the low, or like they see how real it is, and you're seeing someone you share blood with, someone whose womb you came out of together. You seeing all of this. They do this, but then that young lady hits that high school point maybe or whatever, and it's like, I don't even care that I seen my brothers do this stuff. When I start talking to a dude, he ain't gonna do none of this. Why do girls do that? And you saw the people that you share blood with do what you felt was wrong, but you didn't go run and tell his other girlfriend, hey, you know my brother's cheating on you, right? Hey, you know my brother was talking to someone else last night, right? I'm just here to let you know, girl power. You look out for your brother.
Right.
So why is it that whenever y'all meet a guy later on, you expect him to, you want to have the qualifications and the makeup of a sibling or a dad, you want him to be athletic, you want him to be tall, you want him to be this, but you don't expect other stuff to come up with it. This is just a side question that's not in my notes.
So you're asking, okay, I want to make sure I answer your question straightly. You're asking, why do women do what?
Women with siblings, with male siblings, they see from like a direct source of someone that they grew up with that they even idolize, that like that's their own call. I'm gonna call my brother, and they see the different things he does that becomes natural, talking to different women, whatever the case may be. Why do y'all get to the point to where you're now Joy in high school? You now expect whoever you talk to in high school that guy is nothing like your brother. Why?
Oh, got it. I think
2 points for me.
so. Okay, no. This is what I'm gonna say. I think that, you know, when you're that young, you look at your brother like ew, like nobody, like, you know, like you don't look at your brother the same way you look at other guys. So you're thinking like everybody, they're nobody's like him. Because like when I think of my brother in high school, I was thinking like ew. So now when you're not gonna categorize, you're not gonna expect the same thing that you're saying ew about from another person that you have feelings for, you know. So I think that's probably the main thing, and also just being naive. Just being naive, I think.
She scored. She finessed that one. I ain't gonna lie. They was trying to double team. We was trying to double team the shit out of it. She split that motherfucker.
Yeah, you tried it. You tried it, buddy.
Good job. All right. Now, staying on the high school part, it don't look like, you know, you're super hella old anyway, right? So you know, there's a mystery out there of how old you are. We're not gonna reveal any of that. We will leave it a fucking mystery, right? But how old were you when you started creating content with videos and stuff?
I was like, I was 19.
Okay.
I was either 19 or I had just turned 20. It was either late 19s or early 20s, but it was around that time. That's how old I was.
What got you into
it? Well, so pretty much, there's a guy named Sean Cotton. He runs this company called Say Cheese. He's from Philly, but he lives out here in Dallas. And pretty much, he liked me, and we linked up one time. I met him at his house, and we were just friends, just getting to know each other, stuff like that. When I got to his crib, I was like, isn't that Allen Iverson on your wall? He's a big AI fan. He's a 76ers fan. So he had AI painted on his wall, like literally painted on his wall. And he was like, how do you know who AI was? Like, how do you know how do you know who AI is? And I was like, I'm like, basketball, the freak. Like, that's how I know. And so, you know, that intrigued him. And he started liking me because he was like, bro, he was calling his friends like, hey, she knows basketball. Like, I rock her. She's dope. And so we got to know each other more. He was like, hey, you should like try this social media stuff out. Like, you should try to become an influencer, like talk basketball, play video games, whatever. Just do like you'll pop. And I said, okay, like I can try that. Only, and I feel like the main reason why I tried it was because he was successful doing it. Like at the time, I think he had like 400,000 followers on the Say Cheese platform, and now he's at like 2 million, I think. So it's like, he was successful. He already had a good chunk of money. I needed money at that time. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And the thing is, he caught me at a good time because had I been doing well in school and making straight A's in college, I probably was like, whatever. Like I ain't doing that. I'm doing well in school. But the fact that I met him at rock bottom when I didn't have anything, didn't have the money, I had just lost my job. And I had just flunked out of school, or I was getting ready to flunk out of school. So at that point, I was like, look, I'm just gonna try it, like whatever you saying I should do. You look at your life, look at mine. I'm gonna listen to it. So, I was humble enough to take his advice. And it didn't happen overnight, but I'm getting there, and I've definitely built a platform for myself. So.
Oh, my bad. I was cutting off this heater. My bad. Okay, so shout out to excuse me, shout out to Sean Cotton and Say Cheese and all of that. We ain't no haters over here on this platform, man. We just here to speak our truth on the podium. You see what I'm saying? Regardless of whatever it is that plays out throughout life, we still can't forget the people that help get us on whatever level that we are. Whether we're still cool with those people, whether we've fallen out, whether we've had bad discussions with those people. If that is the case, those are things that you keep behind the scenes and to yourself, and those are not the things you want to publicize. Burn those bridges. You see what I'm saying? Because you never know. And nowadays, people can easily take something and twist it and spin the narrative, and next thing you know, your whole reputation is screwed. So, yeah, shout out to that. Shout out to Say Cheese and what they got going on and producing content as well. Now, what made you decide to go to the what made you decide to like do it the way that you do it? If that makes sense.
Well, I know, like, I've seen people do like the normal, like, oh yeah, so we have like, I was like, no, that's not me. That's not me. I'm not even gonna try to make it like that's not me. I'm not gonna have fun doing that. I tried to do the normal sport broadcaster, almost like a newscaster. That's not me. It's just not. I'm not, and I knew I wasn't gonna be happy doing that. Me, I like to joke on people. I like to clown people, but I also am a fan of different people, and I love to show people love in my own special way. And I like to talk a lot of trash. So it's just like I would just like bet I'm gonna do what I already do behind closed doors on social media. So when I first started off, I was just talking trash at a TV screen like I used to when I was 5 years old and stuff like that. And I would record it, and then eventually I was okay. Like, let me just try to like recap different like sport like different highlights or different sport news, whatever. So I would commentate on it. I explored different things, and I just made sure that I used my personality while doing it. And then eventually I learned how to edit and stuff like that. And just, over time I got better at it. But I just told myself I'm gonna be me because people want to be entertained. I think the reason why social media has taken off the way it does, especially with different things, is because social media, a lot of influencers, they understand that people want to be entertained. People just don't always want to be, it doesn't always have to be serious. Like a lot of, and that's the reason why a lot of people are calling for influencers to be on TV now, because they understand the assignment. And a lot of people don't really get it anymore. Like this generation is totally different. Like they want to laugh. It is what it is. Now, obviously, all of my content isn't funny, but you have to know how to do both. You know, Stephen A. Smith, people love him or hate him, but he knows, like, he can be serious and entertain you, and with his crazy takes, and he can be funny and entertain you, and that's why he's on TV. Shannon Sharp, same thing. It's the same thing with social media. If you're giving too much of one thing, you're only going to reach one audience, and then that means that your growth will be limited. But if you're putting this out for all these different audiences, so I have, the younger audience, I have the older audience, I have the middle age audience, and it's because I cater to every single one of those ages, and they want to see different things. So I just use my personality to do that, and it's working out.
Definitely is working out for you. And I want to take this moment to actually let some people know, Joy is actually the one that influenced me to be able to kind of like, propel my personality and the social media following, and like teaching me about growing pages and algorithms, and I'm talking about, like, it was plenty of conversation where we're just spending hours talking about creative shit and how to build from it. And she was more than welcome to give me the science on it and break down the intricacies of how all these different things work. And it hasn't worked out as well as hers has, but our lifestyles are different, and the
Yeah, I don't got no kids. Had I had kids, I don't know
yeah.
where.
That's real. That's real. That's real. And I'm one of those people. Anybody that knows me, like, I enjoy being a dad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I enjoy that part of my life. I enjoy seeing my kid every day. I enjoy moments like that. So, Joy did a good job of helping me keep that creative side alive as well, and not only just keep it alive, to tell me how. Right, to literally give you a blueprint on what can help you, what may hurt you. What was some other stuff she used to tell me about? Shadow blocking or shadow banning.
Oh,
There was
shadow
so
band.
much different terminologies that I didn't even care about as it pertained to social media. But if you're wanting to develop and grow in this industry, being a influencer, a content creator, an editor, anything like that, those are things you really need to pay attention to, because those are some of the things that can make you or break you within it, as well as the level of consistency. So I just want to, again, give you your flowers and me say thank you to you.
Thank you. Thank
Because yeah,
you.
you definitely gave me the science and put me on game, and any chance that I get, I try to utilize it to my best ability. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, she a solid one, y'all. Yeah, she ain't one of them weird bougie, like,
No,
what I'm saying?
not
Like,
at
yeah,
all.
she cool. What you see is what you get. What you see is definitely what you get.
That's a big fact. That's a big fact.
Now, over these years as well, just as much flowers as I gave her, now I'm about to hand her them motherfuckers with some thorns on the stem. You hear me? Because over these years, y'all, she has drove me crazy. Listen, I hope to God, Allah, the man, listen, please let her meet Russell Westbrook one day. Russ, wherever you are, his family, his kids, his wife, like, please, y'all, like, there is a sadistic level of obsession as it pertains to this person that has driven me crazy year in and year out. So we got to get to the bottom of this, and it's your time to let the world know, because everybody knows that you be getting on everybody's nerves with this. Where did this come from, and how long did this start, Joy?
Okay, first off, you're acting as if this is like a drug addiction or something, because you're a mess. Okay.
That,
No.
that's a tech. That's one tech, because now she's about to go into denial. She's talking about I'm acting like it's a drug addiction.
You over it. Oh, so how long have you been on what? That's crazy. Anyways, okay. I I actually have a Russell Westbrook fat head. Have you seen it?
You said a Russell Westbrook what?
Fat head. Have you seen my fat head? I just got it.
Oh, didn't you do a video when you got
When
it?
I was singing Happy Birthday, you saw that
Yeah,
video, right?
yeah.
You got a fat head? Yeah, it looks great. I have a whole Westbrook wall now. I have all his jerseys, his Laker jersey, Wizard jersey, OKC jersey, and then the fat head sitting right there. I also have a triple-double tracker to track and triple-doubles. I have it right next to under his fat head. So just putting that out there. Anyway.
You're the epitome of fanatic, yo.
Okay, so the reason, my fandom for, I've always been a fan of Russ because I always thought he was a dope player. However, I realized how dope Russ was and how great he was when Katie left. Because when Katie left, he got unleashed. He was completely, he was, obviously, he had this, he had that, he had his different moments, his, the things that he got with, when him and Katie were playing together. But when Katie left, he got unleashed. You saw more leadership from him. You saw more dog, and you saw him in survival mode, and he, like, how he wanted to prove something. And that's how I am. Like, I've been through a lot in my life, but regardless, you won't know it unless I tell you. Number two, I'ma still talk my talk, just like Russ does. When he down bad, he began blowing. I remember when in Houston. I remember in Houston when the Lakers knocked him out the playoffs, and they were down by like 15, 20 points. He was stinking it up, playing terrible, and he literally looked at LeBron and said, "Y'all better double me." And that's how. Just like, imagine getting blown out, stinking it up, and then saying, "Nah, y'all better double me." You should be asking for the opposite.
Yeah.
But that's how I am. Like, regardless, I'm gonna talk my talk no matter how down bad I am. Like, I'm the same exact way. Like, we're like the same people, and like we kind of look like we're related. People have said that before, but anyways, that's another story for another day. Regardless, okay. I love Russ. He reminds me so much of myself. He inspires me, and he's hilarious. Like, the stuff that he does, the crit walking, when he was trying to fight Isaiah Stewart, like posting up, like, bro, he's hilarious. He don't even try to be. He's just funny. And then, like, who doesn't love watching him play? He's amazing. And he's just so fun to watch. Like, he's just fun to watch. I love watching Russ.
So this didn't go back to the UCLA days or none of that. This was more so once he was.
No, because back then, believe it or not, I wasn't even like, I was into basketball, but I wasn't heavy into basketball because, after high school, and when I had my track injury, and I went through a lot of stuff after that, I went into like a big depression, and I wasn't really deep into anything, but just darkness. Like, and it not saying like I'm just sitting in like a room, just, oh my gosh, like I'm not talking, but it's just like I was involved with the wrong people, involved with the wrong things, and it was just lots of going on. And so I had lost myself, and that includes basketball, and so because of that, I had to regroup. And around the time I was regrouping, Russ was a person I was watching. I was like, dang, he's fire. I like him. So it's really deeper than just like he's a great basketball player. Like, he's like a big inspiration to me. I love how he just doesn't quit, or he doesn't change. And people think, it's a flaw of his, but I like him. I like the way it's, because he's like, listen, this is me, and take it or leave it. I'm not changing. I'm gonna be who I am, regardless of what I go through, regardless of the criticism, regardless of the trades with team I'm on. I'm still gonna be Russell Westbrook, and that's how I am.
You know what? It's funny that you say that because I recently watched Passion Play on Amazon, and great documentary. If y'all have not been able to,
it was amazing.
That, please go watch that. And this is the crazy thing that I even said to my woman, my queen. You know what I'm saying? Like, as we sitting there watching it, I said, babe, I like Russ. I said, and the crazy thing, I said, I really used to love Russ. Like, I'm watching the different things when he went against Golden State. And I was like, yeah, I was pulling for OKC then. I was more so on the Russ than the KD. And then I remember seeing they flashed to when KD left. And I remember where I was at over July, I think. And I was out there freaking on the grill. Heard that. And I'm like, oh, man, this nigga's a sucker, man. Yeah, let's go, Russ. Man, fuck him, Russ. Yeah, let's go, Russ. And I started realizing, so it's almost like I forgot how pro Russ I was when I met you. So then my woman asked me, she said, well, why are you mad at Joy? Like, why does she dislike him? She said, why does she make you dislike him instead of you just disliking him for your own reason? I said, damn, babe, that's a good point. I said, it's kind of one of them things. And then what's crazy is I brought up Skip Bayless. I said, babe, you know when I be listening to Skip, I said, Skip loves Tom Brady and the Cowboys so much, it makes me want to find every flaw in them. Like, they go so hard, but like, I try to find it. And I said, you know what, babe? You're right. You are absolutely right. Like, I had to tap back in with the real fan that I was of him. And I'm sitting there watching him thinking to myself, nigga, this is you. Mm-hmm. This is you. Anybody that knows Kamari, fuck King Premium. Anybody that knows Kamari, oh, it'll go from 0 to here, quick.
Yes.
Quick. Like, I'm doing a really good job of watching my mouth because I understand the backing and associations that Miss Joy has. But Miss Joy, no, it'll go. This was asked.
Oh, yeah.
Please, just don't.
You but are the
red. It'll go there. From the fisticuffs to the fussing, the cussing, to talking junk, backing up what I'm saying. Hey, let it get out of here. So I'm sitting there watching it. When I see the other side, I go from that turned up to the most sensitive family man you ever seen in your life. They start talking about the COVID quarantine thing. Everybody else messed up. Russ said, shit, I like being home.
Because he's his own person. He's his own man. He don't need anybody to confirm anything for him. He knows who he is. And that inspired me because I didn't always know who I am. Heck, I'm still figuring out who I am. So to see somebody who, you know, is so sure of himself. And the thing is, I'm an influencer. I have about 17,000 followers. And it's already hard. It's hard enough to, you know, be me 100% regardless and be unapologetic. This dude is doing it in front of millions of people every night, thousands every night. And he holds his own regardless. Is criticized. He's probably one of the most criticized players in the league. And he holds his own very well. He never has a breakdown. He's just a strong individual. And I feel like anybody who don't like Russ as a person is just hating. And they're jealous.
And I'm here. Jealousy, no, but I'm definitely here to admit that I realized, even with speaking with my earth, like, damn, the only reason I even feel this way is because of Joy.
It's me.
So I have to now let that burden go, and I have to realize, like, he is a dog. Everything that she loves about him, I'm already aware about it as well.
Exactly.
And a lot of things that just goes on, like that unapologetic thing, that is definitely Miss Joy. I only try to tweet what I do with y'all just because I really try to do it to test myself, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I want to see, can I not curse in this amount? Sometimes I want to see, can I not do this? I just came off a 3-day fast, right? So I've never fasted in my life. But I wanted to test myself and see. I went on a liquid fast. It wasn't a complete fast, but I went on a liquid fast. Nothing but water. I drank 2 gallons of some detox thing, like a gallon a day. And other than that, I had a chicken broth. No solids, but it's little things like that. And once I get out on the platform or the podium, so to speak, and I'm speaking mathematics or whatever, I'm unapologetic about those things. Anything that I fully believe in, I'm completely 1,000% unapologetic. And I think now switching the gear back to you, I think that's what's gotten you as far as that you've gotten. Right? You know, you said you only started. I damn sure thought you was going to tell me an earlier age that you started doing this. But for you to grow as much as you did in such a short period of time, especially compared to other people, and a lot of people think it's an overnight process. And you're someone that they get to see that growth. You're someone they get to see 1 minute is playing 2K video games in which she's fire. 1 minute she's playing 2K games. Next minute she's just commentating on the game, winding, stopping, doing this, that, and the third. And you can tell, regardless of whatever people want to say and or hate about you, they can tell you know the game. They can tell. They can tell. And even me as an athlete and other fellow athletes, they can tell. That's where the respect level comes in, where it's like, hey, yeah, we may clown whenever but hey, man, she know what she know.
Yeah.
She know it ain't too much terminology or nothing to throw out there to where she's not going to be hit with it. So shout out to you for that. And again, this Russ thing, please, somebody tag him. When y'all see this video, tag him. Tag.
I will meet Russell Westbrook before it's all said and done with, okay? And just pray that I don't pass out, okay? Because I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. So overall, how did you feel about that documentary? Just in closing, as far as we talking about Russ, like how did you feel about it? 'Cause I know you watched it.
It was dope to see him talk about his feelings. He doesn't really talk about how he truly feels it a lot of times. I think a lot of times with the media, he has his guard up. And it was dope to see him be vulnerable, because you don't really see that from Russ. You see like defense, and it's warranted. I mean, they attack him, so you don't really see him, but it was dope seeing him tell the story. His family. I can see why he is who he is. I saw about the whole family background, his support system. So it was dope to see. But my favorite part about the documentary was how vulnerable he was in it, and telling his story and being honest, like with the viewers. I think that was like the most dopest part about it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think one of my favorite parts was when he was talking about when he was with Coach Scott Brooks, and he said he reminded him to smile, and then they cut to that little scene when he just ducked off his own little world. He over there getting it. He over there chilling, but he over there getting it. And something that simple, man. As a person who's gone through his own problematic temperaments, something that simple can really be like a life changer. It can keep you from getting fined for hundreds of thousands of dollars for something you're about to do. It can keep you from getting suspended. Now you're not able to do something with your family. And those 10 to 5 second irrational decision, impulsive decisions can end up costing you so much time doing other shit. And when you know who you are, when you know yourself in its entirety, and you know you have that fire burning in you, sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to go over there and bust a little jug and do whatever the fuck you got to do to make sure that you maintain that upstairs. So shout out to him for that, and hopefully others, that have those fires burning in them can take a little piece from that. You know what? Let me step back. Let me just think of something where I can laugh real quick. I can smile real quick. I can think about something to get me into a happy place, and let me snap back into it. Because this motherfucker trying to knock me off my square. And I'd be damned if I let them knock me off my square. Yeah. That's a fact. Oh, we're going to drop some jewels while we in here. We're going to have fun. We're going to kick the bobo. But I can't. I wouldn't be me if I don't drop one off in there every now and again.
Fact.
Now this is what I have to ask, because you have such a beautiful jersey hanging right behind you.
Yes.
Such a beautiful jersey. Rest in peace. Rest in paradise. I don't have my thing with him and Gigi right now, but I got my little tray. But we'll get to that. So one of the other things that has been such a back and forth banter is Miss D'Angelo used to give me a lot of trouble about the Lakers and stuff. Some years ago, y'all. And now, because this same guy that we just spent maybe the past 10 to 15 minutes talking about, that guy is now a Laker. And the guy's jersey that she has behind her in the documentary that me and her was just talking about, it brought that man up, and he said, y'all better leave that motherfucker alone. That's a bad motherfucker. So, in all respect to my guy, Mr. A1, Mr. Kobe, Mr. 5 Championships, all of that good stuff, you are now in a position, Mr. D'Angelo, to where you got to eat a little crow. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because you used to talk about my guys so much. And now your guy is now one of my guys. How does it feel How does it feel?
I was very upset. Because the thing is, before Russ, I was a fan of Russ. I was a big fan of LeBron and Dwayne Wade, and I was a Heat fan, right? So it was already painful enough to see LeBron leave Miami, but I wasn't too upset because he was in Cleveland. But he was still my favorite player, and everybody knew that before Russ, of course. So when LeBron went to the Lakers, I got so many phone calls, people laughing and everything else. Yeah. So I got over that eventually. And eventually I became a Russ fan. Everything was good to go. Because I was already becoming a Russ fan, but people still knew I was a big LeBron fan. So when Russ, I forgot, there was a tweet that I tweeted one time. I said the most ironic thing that'll ever happen. It's before Russ came. Before he even, it was like last year. I tweeted like the most ironic thing that can happen is to see Russell Westbrook in the Los Angeles Lakers jersey. And I said it's like be like the worst thing ever to happen, and then it happened. My DMs, my everything was in shambles. Like it was bad, bro. And I almost sunk into a depression. However, I did not. I almost did though, because I really was like, bro, like, how am I gonna do this? Because I had talked so much trash to Laker fans. I was like, bro, how do I come? Like, what do I do? So I said, you know what? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip it on them and act like they were attacking me. And I went on live and I was like, so here's what it is. Clearly, we have to get along, but I really do appreciate you guys for welcoming me and Russ as the new king and queen of Laker Nation. And I accepted my my title, and that's what it is. So so I mean, who's really running, and be honest, who's really running LA right now? Because it ain't AD. Okay. Didn't Charles Barkley call him an old geezer the other night? Or he called everybody old geezers and he called him soft. Like, and look how he responded with nothing. Russ took over and won. Russ and LeBron, the old geezers took over and won, and AD stood at nothing. So it ain't AD running it. LeBron in and out. So in my case, it's Russ. And if it's Russ running it, then who's running Laker Nation? Me! Because we all know who's the president of
Hey, she got. You gotta chill out, man. You gotta chill out.
So, like I said, king and queen of Laker Nation. I broke it down for you. You get it? Great.
Thank you for doing that. She's so full of shit. She full of shit.
You know why? I can be very narcissistic, and I will do it to get my way.
Listen, we gonna have to see you at least shoot a 3-point. You have to do like the shot test, like do a layup, shoot a free throw.
I got a strap. Hold on. Just because I never played it, I got a strap. No cap. I can shoot the ball, and I have proof in my phone. I have proof on my phone. I am dominant.
Are you shooting with the defender? Or are you just shooting?
I'm a great at horse. Period. I'm amazing at horse, and my floaters are out of this world.
Not the floaties. Floaties.
I am nice with the floaters. I am.
These are lies. These are man. Listen, man. I hope to see you on ESPN one day, and you on there with the get your fans, yeah. I hope to see you out here on ESPN one day. And what's my boy? He be doing one of them with football. Adam Schefter. He be doing little stuff where he be trying to catch the ball outside the little machine. And I hope to see you with your nice Russell Westbrook jersey on.
Listen.
You try to pull that motherfucker air ball.
No. If I gotta go to Brooke jersey on, just know it's going in.
She ain't got the strap. She ain't got the strap.
I do. You're gonna see it for yourself. You'll see it.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Thank you.
Yeah. I appreciate you tapping in, God. Yeah, definitely subscribe and everything else, man. Yeah, she is her. You see what I'm saying? And she's here. Yeah, she's here. All right, now I got a random. I'm about to throw you all the way off, and I'm about to make your brain think for a little second. We in the fourth quarter right now, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta get my phone charger. My phone trying to die, but we ain't let it stop us. But I'm about to throw you off. We about to skip this basketball. Now I'm about to make you think for a hot little second on the fun tip. Give me your top 5. Right? We about to do a top 5. Give me your top 5 rappers or artists turned actor or actress. So
okay.
You got your Common, your LL Cool J's, your Ice-T's, your Queen Latifah's, your Will.
Well, we all know what number 1 has to be.
What does number 1 have to be?
Will Smith.
He was a rapper first. Okay.
Number 1, Will Smith. Number
Tupac
2
will be in there.
Oh, of course, you better act like you know. Okay?
Yeah.
Number 2. I'm gonna give it to Queen Latifah for number 2 because she has done amazing as
Queen Latifah, shout out to you. You have made it in 2 people's top 5 rapper turned actor or actress that I've asked that question. One was in private,
yes.
Now public. Shout out to you. Queen Latifah,
you gotta put her. Number 3, I'm putting Pac because I think Pac would have. First off, Juice was an iconic role, number 1, period, point blank. And there's no telling Juice and Above the Rim, though, like, first off, Above the Rim was good. But Juice, the Juice, like the how psychotic his character, how psychotic Bishop was, and how he brought Bishop to life, you have to put him at number 3 because I haven't seen someone in the other, like everybody, I haven't seen them get like that. You have to put because Bishop, that one role, it shows you how good he could have been. So I'm putting him at number 3. Period, point blank. Number 4, this is gonna be tougher because you're getting towards the lower. Who is rapper turned actors? You got
Chris Brown will be in there somewhere. Well, I'm not saying he's in there, but I'm saying he's an actor.
You said who?
Chris Brown, he's a singer.
You got Chris Brown, you got Mos Def, you got Common, you got Childish Gambino, who also been acting.
Good one.
Who else? I'm gonna put Common in there because Common's done some good stuff too. Now, obviously, I think Just Right was okay, but I saw him in Selma, and he did a good job in Selma as well.
I've never seen Selma. I've never seen that. He did a good job. He played like this country, like a country African American from like the 60s, like the whole act, like the down south accent. He was one of the people that was helping MLK. So let me see, because I feel like I'm missing somebody. I'm gonna have to cheat and Google because I don't want to miss nobody. Rappers. Method Man will be in there. RZA, Bow Wow. Hey, y'all better stop playing with Bow Wow. We got Roll Bounce.
No. You have to put Bow Wow. You have to put Bow Wow at number 4. I'm sorry. You gotta put him at number 4. You have to, because I loved Roll Bounce.
Yeah.
Roll Bounce was my movie.
Yeah. Goddamn sweetness.
I get what y'all talking about.
Goddamn sweetness.
Number 5, love him or hate him, but you gotta put 50 Cent.
Good.
You gotta put 50 Cent in number 5. So my number one, Will Smith. Number two, Queen Latifah. Number three, Pop. Number four, Bow Wow. Number five, 50 Cent. Because have you seen All Things Fall Apart when he got real skinny?
Yeah.
That's the deal for me. That's the deal for me. Number five, 50 Cent. Period.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my top.
Okay. We have it documented, ladies and gentlemen. Those are her top 5 rapper or artist, male, female, or artist turned actor, actress. Now, got one more for you. Joy. Top 5, because it's only right, because you are who you are.
Oh,
basketball.
God, no, don't ask me this. Don't ask me this.
All time, Joy. We needed documentation. What? I have to take full advantage of this interview. I need this.
So you said number 5, top 5, what, all time?
All time.
Okay, number 1, Russell Westbrook. I had to try. I had to try. Okay, for real. Number 1, Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Number 2, LeBron. Number 3.
That just hurt your soul to say that, didn't it?
It did. Number 3, Kareem. Number 4, I'm putting Kobe there. And number 5, this is going to be tough. Because I want to put a Big there. I feel like Big. So, I mean, I put Kareem, but I want to. My number 5 would have to be either Magic or Hakeem Olajuwon. I'll probably do something like that. But it's this tough. I'll probably put one of those at number 5.
Yo, that is.
But number 1, 2, and 3, I'll put MJ, Bron, Kobe, Kareem, and then at number 5, I feel like that number 5 spot can be interchangeable. You could put Russ there too, but whatever.
Okay.
Spicy.
Okay.
Russell Westbrook number 5. Honorable mention.
Okay. Now, another random question. What outside of the creative content, what is the final goal for Joy? What is your thing that you see? And I don't expect it to just be one thing, right? So whatever those multiple what is it ultimately that you see yourself doing as the years progress?
Well, this might throw a lot of people off, but I see myself doing a lot of acting. I am gonna get into acting classes really soon because I did film a pilot for a TV show that I can't talk about right now. And hopefully I get this show. We're still working on that. But I realized how much I realized how much I like acting, so I think that'll be something. But something that I have been once I get into that better and get into like the industry better, I do want to. Have you seen like Saturday Night Live? Obviously, Saturday Night Live, in living color. I want like a sports version of that. I want to have like a show, like a sports version of that in some type of way. So you know how like ESPN, huh?
I was trying to get the vision. I was trying to close my eyes and get
like the ESPNs and like the Foxes of the world. They don't really have a comedic pitch for sports. It's like they try to be funny, but they don't really like get it. This is this show would be something with no strings attached to anybody. So you're not having to not piss this person off. This is all jokes. So you're talking about football, basketball, boxing, a sketch show. And obviously, you could be covering, sports while doing it. You be covering whatever, but you're also gonna have those ones where you're doing skits and you're like, for example, like let's say Russell Westbrook, you could do a sketch on Russell Westbrook's fashion choices, like stuff like that, something that you can have some type of comedic relief with. So that's something that I want to do, because obviously I love TV, I love acting, and I want to get into more of that. But I do want to tie it back into what I love, and that's basketball. So, but I would do with all sports. But yeah, that's something that I want in the future. I think that'll be really, really successful. But the right person has to do it, obviously, because they could go to crap. So, but that's something that I want to do. And obviously, I model as well. So I do want us to get more into that. Like I feel like this year I've done a good job with the variety of shoots that I've done this year, and I did book my first cover. But now, I want to work with more brands as well. So we'll see. But like those are some of my goals. Just kind of seeing like what I love to do, and then mixing it all together and seeing how it works out. That's pretty much been me my whole life. So yeah.
Now another side thing, I actually had this in my notes, and I appreciate you for bringing it back up. But what made you, whenever you had that little road or that moment where you decided to do funny basketball content or video game and stuff like that, what made you choose that route as opposed to, oh well, I'm gonna just do modeling type of thing, like I'm gonna just try to see, IG model, or like what made you go that sports route as opposed to that common route? The fuck?
So you're asking me what made me get into modeling too and do both?
No. I'm asking you, when you were at that point as a young lady to where you decided to do creative content, what made you not take that road for modeling first?
Oh, got it. I think for me, because I knew I had more to offer than just that. Like I knew if I just did that, I would be selling myself short. So, like a lot of people, and I knew I'm not lazy. Like I feel like I'm not lazy, and I don't mind taking the hard road. Like that's something, and I know like there's pride in taking the hard road, because I could have easily took my clothes off, gain followers, boom bam, boom bam. But that's not me. Like I wanna, when I eventually reach my goals, I wanna, because I know people that when they reach their goals, they don't know how to be proud of themselves, or they feel like they can't, and it's something there that's like, oh, that's what's up, whatever. They don't feel like they earned that, and it could be because they took the easy road, they did something to get their way, they took the easy route in some type of way. I didn't want that. I wanted to make sure when I got it, I earned it, and when I got it, I cried, and I'm happy, and I deserve that, and like I wanted to hit different. So because of that, I said, bet, like I'm just gonna be me. Like I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna have standards, and it's gonna pay off. And so, and I didn't even really know that I wanted to even. I didn't even know I was even good at modeling, but even just banking on my looks, that just wasn't me, because I knew I had more to offer than that.
Good deal. Good deal. Good
Yeah.
deal. Good deal. Smart. She's witty. Yeah, I wanted to definitely try to get that out there to the masses, as far as even your thought process and asking some of the questions that other people may have wanted to know, and all of the above. And as I mentioned to him, and a lot of people that follow you or that may even jump on your page, though you're not really like a bitch about it, basically. You don't be a bitch about like the profanity and stuff like that, but you do kind of like set a tone even for your followers to kind of let them know, like, hey, you can come get your bars off, but don't like cross this type
But
of line.
act like you know.
Was that a personal choice, or was that something that you kind of learned from Sean with the like, if you're trying to create a brand and this, that, and the third, like it's best for you to do that?
Well, it's kind of similar to Russ again in a way, because when Russ first got in the league, he wasn't as defensive or that aggressive. He grew into that, and I was the same way. Like when I got onto social media, I quickly learned, people tried me here and there, and I also quickly learned how, when it came to sports, especially on social media, how women weren't really respected like that. And I was like, yeah, all right, y'all ain't finna do that to me. And because
Hey, you got
of
like
that,
30 points right now. My bad. I just, you got like 30 points right now. Yeah.
I had not yet for I had to set the tone for that. And so anytime somebody tries me, and my followers know this right now. Like, I remember one time I was live, and somebody had said something real crazy in the comments, and people in the comments, they're like, nah, they gotta be new, because they ain't nobody trying to do it like that. And so the good thing is that my followers know, like, they know not to try me. They know, they just know, like, I don't even have to say it anymore. A lot of times, like, a lot of these, like, the bigger people, like the bigger women in sports, I feel like if they checked people more, there'd be more respect. I take the time out and check people. Like, I'm not the person to be like, oh yeah, that's them, that's their own person, I don't care. No, you finna get checked, period, point blank, because I'm gonna make an example out of you. And I think a lot of times I've gained, you've seen it for yourself, I have made examples out of people, make them look stupid, whatever, so not to try me no more. And now, people that even feel like trying me don't do it because they don't look stupid. I'll make you look stupid, and then you're gonna be embarrassed for everybody. So because of that, it's just about setting the tone, and I treat my followers with respect, but they have to know that they have to know that it goes both ways, and I think that's something that they all know now. So it's what it is. But yeah, I definitely had to set the tone for people, because ain't no telling what we going on if I didn't. So yeah.
Heavily. Tell me about your first viral video. Like, what was the
Oh,
remember that just
the first one was actually it was last year. I did a LaMelo video, and it was towards it was like the beginning of the season last year. It hit like 600,000 views. That's my highest viewed video on my page. It almost hit 1 million. I was pissed off it didn't hit 1 million, but it hit 600,000 views, and pretty much it was a video. It was a quick little video. I didn't think it was gonna do anything like that, but it was like one of his first games last year. He had a no look pass to Cody Zeller. Cody Zeller caught it and then just threw the whole play, like dude missed the layup and everything. And I was like, bro, like, what are you on? And so, like, I made the video clowning Cody Zeller, and it went crazy on social media. So, like, that was probably I think that's like my biggest video yet. And I also have one that hit about 300,000 views. It wasn't viral, but it hit about 300,000 views. And I was basically clowning. I wasn't even clowning Danny Green, but I was pretty much, it was, obviously Laker fans hated Danny Green the year before last, and because of how he played in the bubble. And then he went to Philly and played well. And so when he was on Philly, I was like, bro, where was this Danny Green at in LA? And I know Laker fans hates that. I said, he hooping right now. I know he hates seeing this. And he blocked me. He blocked me on Instagram.
yeah.
I said, yeah, he blocked Danny Green blocked me. I said, wow, because it went like 300,000. People kept tagging him, I guess, and he blocked me. And I was like, you're soft, like, you're soft, because I wasn't even coming to him like that. But yeah, it's what it is.
And if you can, before you get out of here, I don't want to hold you too long. We definitely been vibing out. I appreciate we've been flowing. We dang it about an hour and a half. Work for interview time just done flew by. You see what I'm saying? Dang, what was I about to say? I lost it. I'm gonna get it back. Dang, what was I about to say, y'all? Hold up. Oh, as it pertains to social media, because we're in a day and age to where a lot of people, that's what they, the route that they choose to go, whether it is the modeling, whether it is creating content, whether it is editing, whether it is TikToking, whatever, videos, skits, whatever. So what would your advice be to those people?
To put your mental health first.
That's heavy. That's
because
so heavy.
It will drive you crazy. It drove me crazy several times, if we're just being honest. Because the thing is that I was actually talking to somebody last night about this, because why and I'm not comparing myself to these people, but I'm just saying, why do you think Michael Jackson and Kanye and all these people are so big? Like, why do you think it is?
That's what you're asking me?
Mm-hmm. Like, why? Like, what about them makes them so big? You know, to where you think they have this effect on people? Like, what do you think it is?
I think it's the controversy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, me, I didn't grow up in the very beginning part of the Michael Jackson thing. I wasn't even born yet. But for one, being a kid that little, just from a pop sensation thing, you're a kid that little, you're you're with your brothers, you're out there well, we wasn't moonwalking then, but he's spinning, hitting all of these type of moves, and then people find out you're supposedly getting abused, right, by your dad and stuff like that, and how he drives the hard hammer, like that's gonna, even during a time without social media, it was known, right? And then you grow up and you're doing other different type of stuff, and then you break off from the group, and though it may have been a little throwed off to me and weird as shit, it's almost like he didn't get a chance to really have a childhood because he became such a sensation at such a young age.
Right.
Now, for someone like Kanye is way older. And whenever he got his level or claim to fame, he was more matured and understanding how certain things work. But I do feel like, again, controversy when he came in, it was the car accident thing. All right, that was cool, blah, blah, blah. But, things just kind of cruised out. But then when the situation happened with his mom, rest in peace, and the controversy because of the dynamic switch in the music. Like it became like, it's like you could feel the darkness. You could feel the heavy weight bearing on them. And it's like, it's a fine line between genius and insanity, as they say. And the two people that you named, being Michael and Kanye, it's like they teeter-totter that motherfucker. You know what I'm
You
saying?
got Michael Jackson, you got Whitney, you got all these different people. And it's controversy, and it's also the influence they had on people. Michael Jackson,
Absolutely.
the how he had people passing out at concerts. Kanye, how he got people traveling to all these different places to hear the same music every time. Like that is it's controversy, and it's also the influence that they have. So when you're an influencer and you have to be, this because the good thing with all these people I named, the Kanyes, the MJs, they can put out music and dip for a little bit. Most artists can do that. Or actors, they can put out movies, shows, dip for a little bit. They film for about 6 months, 4 months, whatever, dip, and they dip and just chill for a little bit. Influencers can't do that. It's a non-stop, everyday thing.
Damn.
So it's hard. It's not the same thing, because the thing with me is, like, I have a 9 to 5. Come home, tweet. Come home, make videos. Come home, do my hair. Put my makeup on. Get on live. When I'm tired. Scream, yell. Entertain when I'm freaking tired. I work a 6-hour, 8-hour, 9-hour shift, and I gotta come home and do this. It's not easy. A lot of people look at, like, the older generation. Oh yeah, the influencers, they have it easy. No, the heck we don't. We do not have it easy. It's not easy to do this. If it's easy, anybody could do it. If it was easy to be an influencer, everybody would have millions of followers. It's not easy. It takes a lot of consistency to do it. Whether I did a video. I did a video on Thanksgiving, and a lot of my family was around. A lot of family that never have done a reel or a skit before. I did a Thanksgiving skit. It was 30 seconds. It took me like 45 minutes to do it. And that's just filming it. And then having to edit it and everything else. And my sister-in-law, she was like, I had no idea it took this much effort into making a 30-second video. Because you got to get the lighting right. You got to be your own, you got to be a one-man camera crew. You got to be the director, you got to be the editor, you got to be the producer, you got to be everything. And people think it's easy, and it's not, and so now I'm just talking about what it put in, but I'm not even talking about what it does to your mental health. That's a whole nother thing. But, like, right now, let me show you something. Give me 1 second. I got something to show you. 1 second.
This is fire, y'all. This is fire.
So I have all these books, right? I have all these books. Anxiety. Okay. What else? The Search for Significance. Checking In. Book by Michelle Williams. How Getting Rid of That Depression Saved My Life and Can Save Yours.
Wow.
I have all type of stuff. How to Handle Your Emotions. Just a whole bunch of different stuff. Why is that? Because this is how you have to be on top of yourself mentally in order to do this. This is not an easy thing. That's why you see all these influencers and even just celebrities in general killing themselves, doing whatever, because like it's depressing. Like having to appear perfect when you're not perfect. And the more I get on social media, the more I understand people venting on it. I get it 100%. Now, do I think you should tell your business? No, but I do get venting because you need an outlet somewhere. But influencers don't have an outlet because you got brands watching. You got to appear marketable. You can't just put out your business out there. So you gotta appear a certain way. And it's not being fake. It's just that's your business. You have to be professional some way. So you have to always appear some way. And it's not easy. So the most important thing I would say is mental health. You have to stay on top of it because it will drive you freaking crazy. Okay? That's my advice for that.
Hey yo. Hey, thank you. Hey, Joy. You done. Hey, listen, because we gonna tap into some more shit. Because now you done came on, but like, welcome to the podium. Like you said, so no, I'm saying this in seriousness. Like this is a platform for you to be able to speak. Like I said, I already explained this in the beginning, and you literally just gave a whole nother side to that. You know what I'm saying? Even with me knowing you, you know what I'm saying? Like we have each other's contact information. And like we never talked about it to that extent. Like, oh nah, nigga, I got books. Like, nah, I do shit to where like I gotta maintain this, blah 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 blah, and just like right, you already know like how shit the vibe would get. You know what I'm saying? Like you may hit me up and then the Kamari jump into his Kamari mode and whatever like that, and it's like all praises due for me to not be able to, like, I've never even thought to get books like that, right? Like my difference, I guess you could say, has been dang, and I'm definitely not saying it's like I don't go through it. It's just our routes were different. Mine has been knowledge of self, right? So knowledge of self, same thing is 5%, the same thing as nations of the gods and the earth, whatever. But it's information. It's about knowing yourself from its inner to its outer, not from its outer to its inner, not what you just see on the surface when you look in the mirror, but now when you look in that mirror and that third eye is looking deeper, and you like, damn, I'm a low key fucked up. Damn, I low key got some issues, and like,
yes,
I
I'm
really
realizing
can't even
this year how many issues I actually have. Like, and the good thing is that I'm younger, because a lot of people, they'll break up or they'll go on this, break or whatever, or they'll just, say, hey, I'm going to focus on myself. And their definition of focusing on themselves is going to the clubs, working on their homegirls, getting a drink, or smoking with their homeboys and everything else. That's their definition.
that file is sent to the mother niggas.
They say that. They say that for the look of it, but they don't actually do it. This is working on yourself. I just bought a journal today because I'm trying to keep track of everything. Yeah, it's just I'm not trying to, I'm trying to help people. Like, bro, it's if people actually took the time, if people actually took the time and realized who they were. If you can realize who you are and just dissect it and dive deep into it, you can realize
talk about it.
yeah, you can dig deep and figure out your flaws and your insecurities and things like that. So people don't gotta tell you about yourself. You can
Or
tell
if they
yourself
do, you're
about
not
yourself.
so like depressed or defeated by what they say because you acknowledge it
Yes,
about
because
yourself.
you already know and you're working towards that. And so, and it takes time, but like that's what I'm learning. And I'm glad I'm learning it younger, because it takes people a while to learn this. But God is good, and He opened my eyes for a reason to it. But yeah, it's just, yeah, it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of effort into even figuring yourself out. People don't understand that. People look, oh yeah, like tell about yourself. Oh, I like long walks on the beach and all these like that. Like it, but that's not. That's just things that you like. That's not who you are as a person. Why you
That's
like that? Are you a private person, or are you like, you have to know if there's a root to everything, and people.
Joy is on the 40. She on the 40 ball mark. She definitely. I think she trying to drop 54 like Westbrook dropped the other night. That's what I think she trying to
You
do. I
said
think
what?
she's trying to hold me here to where she can get 14 more to where she can end up getting. Yeah. But nah, all right. But in serious though, like that's some real shit, man. Like, I'm sitting up here looking, at the books, that I have. Y'all give me a second. Yeah. These are just the ones I have right here in my little man cave or whatever like that. But I got more. But like, I got the Law of Success,
Fire.
Napoleon Hill, and then I got the 50th Law of Power, written by 50 Cent
Okay.
and Robert Greene. But I got the 48 Laws of Power as well. That's on there. Then I got my supreme mathematics, my supreme lessons,
Is
the
that is
God to
this
the
is
earth.
this is the supreme thing? Is that like supreme? I don't know why I like the supreme and like the king prime. I don't know why. It just, I don't know. It's like
You
it's
want to know
just
what's
there though.
funny? You want to know what's funny? Hey, shout out to you, Joy, for asking me that because this interview damn sure ain't about me. When I spoke with my man Sos or Banks about that, this is the guy like that was in Georgia that ended up asking me, yeah, this is the guy that was in Georgia that was asking me, did I have knowledge of self and stuff like that. So initially when he asked me, I'm just like, yeah, nigga, I know myself. Like, what you mean? But I really didn't have knowledge of
Hmm.
self, right? So I'm just doing it like basically treating like Sharif in Menace to Society. Like, man, nobody want that bullshit, Sharif.
Right.
So that was the initial type of um indoctrination to what it was that was going on. But then as time kind of went, hold on, I lost my train of thought. Shit.
Mm.
Hold on, somebody knocking at the door. Hold on, y'all.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you should. All right, bam. That's what I remember now. So he ended up asking me. He said, "Yo," he said, "I ended up asking you that because I saw your Instagram name with the King Premium. So I thought like you had knowledge yourself, so you was just on that Supreme blah blah blah." And I was like, "Nah, I ain't know nothing about that. The whole name King Premium came up from a joke, right? That shit
Oh, okay.
started. Yeah, I ain't even gonna get into the story right now.
Got
Like I said, it ain't about me. But these are also little things. I'm saying that it's funny you asked me that because this is what I feel was kind of divine intervention for me. I'm not saying this to pour off my shit on other people, but I'm just saying this would let me into it. Here it is. I had named jokingly that I didn't even understand the power behind.
Mhm.
But now, as I started getting tapped in with it, and I put Supreme interview, Supreme such and such, it becomes more of a meaning. Now I do it intentionally. But the name King Premium was here before I got hooked onto the Supreme Mathematics, if y'all follow.
Got it. Got
So that
it.
like it was divine intervention for me. Like I just chose the name on a humbug thinking it was on some funny shit. And none
Oh,
of the
but
shit was really some premium shit. And he is I and I is he. And that's how the fuck we rocking out. Yeah, yeah.
got it. Okay. Okay. Got it. That makes sense. That makes sense. I
Yeah.
was just asking because I was like, hold on.
Yeah. And this my last one is the history and what it is, I believe. The history of the 5%ers. In the name of Allah, so, you know what I'm saying? You know, ain't no need in just trying to Google something and read. Pick up a book and read. And shit, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that hard. But yeah, I'm saying that to say the books that you just showed me, like I would have thought, right? And I deal with my own struggles. We've had our own conversations about my own life and shit like that. But I've never thought to get no books like that. And I just try to find other shit like stress books, therapy. Nigga, what the fuck? Nigga, what? The fuck them. They can't tell me about me. Like that's just been the way that I've always felt. But
You will be surprised. You will be surprised. Even just by, it's not even just like too much, but like this book right here, it tells you about this in general and how you can calm yourself down. But it sometimes when you read books like this, it will help you understand yourself. And it's not even too much like this person telling you how to or why, or hell out telling you how to or whatever, but you understand why you're doing it. And it'll just help you understand yourself more. And the moment you understand yourself is the moment that you can help yourself. So that's
the
really
moment you understand yourself is the moment you can help yourself.
Yep.
It could all be so simple.
Don't do Lord.
You rather make it hard.
I'm literally gonna turn her on right after this. So just putting it out there. And you know I love me some Lauryn Hill.
Well, I'm damn sure glad you got you some books to help stay sane, because we damn sure don't need you jumping off no bridges and none of that other type of stuff. So to end it on a good note, what do you like most about being an influencer?
I'm not gonna say the money because that's the money is the money. It's not consistent to I can quit my job yet, but the amount of money that brands will kick out for literally nothing is mind blowing. So that's number one. But that's not the most thing I like about it. The most thing I like about it is the fact that I can put myself, like I can. How do I put this? The thing that I like most about social media is the fact that I can make a career out of being myself, because a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people, like, their careers may be bank tellers or freaking whatever, and you can't really, you can be yourself, but like that's not why you're getting paid. Now, to know that you're getting paid to be you is fire. Like, can't nobody take that from you. So
she's at 44, y'all. She got the fofo.
Yes.
That's a 4-point play.
So,
knowing you can get paid off of being yourself, not just what you love to do, but you can completely be yourself.
Being you. That my Instagram says Jordy Angela. When people email me, they're emailing Jordy Angela. That's me. And they saying, hey, we want you that, whatever. That they want me for me. I remember one time I got my very, very first promo. It was Hisense, and that's where it was like this TV company. They wanted me. They sent me a 65-inch screen TV for free, and they wanted me to do a skit with it and paid me to do the skit, and I got to keep the TV. And they said, we saw your content. We want you to be you. We love how honest you are. We love how that you look. We love your personality. We want you to come up with a skit for like a commercial for our TV. So they reached out to me because I was who I was. Had I not been who I've been, they might not reach out to me. But the fact that they did is because it was me. So, once I grasped that, it motivated me, and it always will motivate me. So
good shit. Well, I've enjoyed this. Are you willing to come back and do a part 2? Are you willing to come back?
Of course.
There we go. We got to solidify it, y'all. I told you I was a knock on the door, so I got some business with you. You see what I'm saying? Respectfully. So, yeah, man, I've definitely enjoyed this. We done shared books with each other. Hopefully, the fact that this is on YouTube, it ain't nothing but a rewind button. You hit that little ball, scroll back, y'all. And if you're serious about anything that you got going on in your life, whether it pertains to mental health, whether it pertains to finding yourself, whether it pertains to finding out how to calm yourself down, any of that type of shit, hey, tap back in and look and see what are those books that, those two people just happen to be up there talking about. It's up to you. All we can do is just try to plant the seed and, hope that motherfucker grow. But man,
Facts.
this has been a wonderful interview, and I'm again thankful that
I had a
Miss
lot of
Joy
fun.
has been. Thank you.
Yes, I don't say it a lot. So when people invite me to the podcast, it's like, whatever. But this was fun.
That's lit. That's lit. We're gonna try to keep this fun thing going, y'all. That's definitely what we want to make it. We don't want to make it all serious, like you said, that some people can't do. We want to be able to have our serious moments, have our
balance. Balance. That's all.
Have our banter.
Life's all about balance.
Some of all of that, man. So we want to thank Miss Joy again for coming up here, talking that basketball talk. And as I put in the description and told y'all at the beginning, get y'all a chance to see the lady behind the jokes, a lady behind the screaming, a lady behind just the fandism or fanaticism. Fuck it, I'm coming up with words at this point. Get to see her behind all of that and understand why she is that way. And at the end of the day, all of us, that's what it comes down to. It's a reason all of us are the way we are. It's not by chance. It's not just by coincidence. It's not ironic. Nah, it was shit that happened to us and we learned from it, or we didn't learn from it, and then that made us do the shit that we do. Just that simple. So we're going to go ahead and close it. He is I and I is he, y'all. You see what I'm saying? The one. The great one, King Premium, man. You see what I'm saying? Make sure you check your feelings at the door. Early bird gets the worm, or the night owl be on the prowl. You see what I'm saying? But just make sure you keep a smile on your face. Try to educate yourself every day. Knowledge is the foundation of everything in existence. Try to find some fucking knowledge every day if you can. And hopefully I didn't do too much cussing to where Miss Joy loses any endorsements.
No, you're good.
So, yeah, man, I'll let her go ahead and give the last words other than just my peace out and shit. But yeah, go ahead.
I have 3 words. Go, Russell Westbrook. Had to end on the best note ever. Rise is getting the dub tonight. He's playing, I think, at 7 or 8 o'clock. They play the Grizzlies. So, go Russ. He's going for his ninth 20-plus point game in a row. They thought he was finished. They thought he was done. He's not. Just getting started. So,
and you know what, y'all? I can't even turn my. Go ahead, finish it. Go ahead and land.
I was just saying, if you want, more content from me, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Joy Angela. It's the same thing everywhere. So that's that. But go Russell Westbrook. And I think, matter of fact, what I'm gonna do for y'all is I'm going to show y'all really fast my wall. So I don't know if I can put my camera on here. This is my this one. You got this one right here, and then right here you have the fat head all the way down. And the triple double tracker right now is a little messed up because I was cleaning up. But this is where I keep tracking the triple doubles right here.
That's the triple double tracker?
Yeah, that's the triple double tracker. So
shout out to Above the Rim. She got the same little scoreboard thing that they had when Kyle's team was playing Birdie team. She got the same thing.
So yeah,
I can't even hate like I want to hate y'all because I told y'all earlier I have to check myself and realize I do fuck with Russ. It was just her, you know what I'm saying? But we up out of here, man. We gonna have Miss D'Angela back to come back and talk her shit, tell her lies, be more of a fanatic. King Premium gonna be back dropping jewels, talking my shit, getting on y'all nerves as usual. You see what I'm saying? And I appreciate you, young lady. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank
no
you.
problem. You are a day one anytime.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I will definitely be letting you know. And y'all be easy out there. Peace again. Today's mathematics is born, all being born to born. See what I'm saying? Y'all go ahead and tap in, man. We up out of here.